Welcome, everyone.
It's so good to see you all here. My name is Zainab Hussain and I am from Pakistan. I'm one of the team members here at Acquaint, and today we have Catherine with us. Catherine, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, everyone. I'm Catherine, and I'm from the United States. And like Zainab said, I'm also one of the team members here at Acquaint. Thank you all for joining.
So, we are going to start off by playing a short video clip of some Acquaint volunteers sharing where they are from.
We have Acquaint volunteers. We are from all over the world, including
Australia,
Bangladesh,
TNU, the United States,
Ghana, Hong Kong,
Iraq, Pakistan,
Brazil, and I am from Nigeria.
So this presentation will cover all of the basic information you need to get started with Acquaint volunteering. There is also a volunteer handbook, so don't worry if you don't remember everything. Also, please put any question you have in the chat and we will try to answer them as we go along. We will also have time at the end for more question and answers. So what are we doing here at Acquaint? Social disconnection is a growing problem locally and globally. Acquaint is a community of volunteers stepping up to be connectors, people who make human connection a practice in their lives and who promote it in their communities and around the world. And it's so important because, as this quote from UNESCO says, we cannot collaborate to solve the world's greatest problem unless we can improve human connection across communities, countries, and cultures. So, what are global conversations on Acquaint? So there are one-on-one conversations between volunteers across over 110 countries. The conversations are all virtual, there is no travel involved, and they are audio only. Importantly, these conversations are not trying to achieve a specific outcome. We just show up, be present, and try to connect. There is one challenge. You have 1 hour with someone across the world. How do you have the best conversation possible? Every session is different. You never know how you will impact someone or how they will impact you. So, this is a note from volunteer Madia from Afghanistan, with Sankila from Brazil. This note after an Acquaint session. So Madia writes, when I shared my struggles, my partner said, you did not give up. Those words stayed with me and made me proud of myself. So this is an example how you can impact someone by a conversation. How it works? So pick times. These one-on-one conversations are based on your availability. Indicate times on a calendar that work for you, and we will notify you via email when you get scheduled. Finally, you will log into the website as scheduled to join your session. You can repeat this on any week that you would like to volunteer. It's meant to be flexible for your schedule. There is no minimum time commitment for volunteering. You are not required to volunteer every week or every month. Here is the screenshot of the calendar. There is usually at least 4 to 5 days open for scheduling each week, and the days do change. For example, here on Thursday and Sunday, there is no session, so they keep changing every week. Important note, for your first session, enter at least 5 time slots on this calendar. We will share more about why that is towards the end. So, how does it work? And how can you be a great volunteer? So, it's about adopting a quaint mindset. Be fully present and focus on each other the whole time. A one on one is very powerful because we can give each other our full attention to listen and learn from each other's life experiences. The sessions are non transactional. Sharing contact information is not allowed. No sharing of social media pages, emails, or numbers during the one-on-one conversations. This is a very important rule. The sessions are about practicing connection in the moment, not about material gain. So, no connecting to sell things, no business networking, and no long-term relationships. Step out of your comfort zone. Some conversations may feel awkward, and that's okay. Some of our suggestions for having the best Acquaint conversations include asking questions and then asking follow-up questions. Aiming for a 50-50 balance, meaning both people are talking and listening equally. Starting with lighter conversation topics. There are no strict guidelines about what topics you can discuss during Acquaint conversations. However, we suggest starting with topics that are less likely to cause an argument. For example, talking about hobbies or favorite food. If you do want to talk about something more serious, like a violent conflict or a geopolitical issue, this is fine. Many Acquaint conversations go deep into very serious topics. However, we suggest approaching these topics with caution because Acquaint volunteers have a wide range of different beliefs and opinions. Also, depending on where we live, some topics might even be illegal or unsafe because of laws or government restrictions. It's often a good idea to ask your session partner if they are okay with a particular topic before proceeding. The goal is to find a topic that's meaningful and appropriate for both you and your session partner. So, signs you are doing it right. If you're having fun, feeling challenged, and learning something new, it means you're having a best Acquaint experience. After every session, volunteers can write a note of gratitude and reflection to their session partner. This note on the right offers a glimpse into a conversation between Ifunanya, a volunteer from Nigeria, and Oliver, a volunteer from Kenya. So they write, Oliver, you made the session fun and interactive, asking questions and listening actively. You surprised me with your love for camping, which I was up until today of the erroneous belief not a pastime Africans enjoy. You reminded me of something I have been learning since I started volunteering on Acquaint. People should not be boxed into categories for any reason. I am humbled by this and will do well to remember it in future. So, benefits to volunteer. What are some ways that volunteering can impact you in your personal or professional life? So, you will receive a certificate after 10 hours of volunteering. This is a screenshot of a certificate that you will be getting. After 25 hours, you can request a letter of recommendation. You can put Acquaint on your resume, CV, or LinkedIn profile. You will build your communication skills, and communication is a top skill employers value. Personal growth and better relationships can transform our own lives. So, I would love to share my experience here that how Acquaint benefited me in my personal and professional growth. So I started volunteering on Acquaint when I was about to graduate and stepping into a professional life. I was quite envious because I was shy. I used to get intimidated in formal settings. So after talking to so many different people coming from different cultural backgrounds, different professional backgrounds, Acquaint really gave me that worldly exposure, and I built my confidence that now I believe that I can initiate conversation. I can talk smoothly, whether in informal setting or formal setting. And English is not my first language, so it helped me with fluency. So now I feel more confident while talking or while presenting. And ultimately, the practices that we do on Acquaint, it has impact on our personal life. For example, we really emphasize on appreciation on Acquaint, active listening, and communicating instead of assuming or judging. So these are the things that I used to practice on sessions, but now they have an impact on my personal relationships. Now I appreciate others more. I try to communicate and try to listen actively to other people. So definitely it has an impact on my personal and professional life. So now I would love to hear from Catherine that how Quaint impacted her in her personal or professional life.
Yeah, thanks so much, Zainab, for sharing your story, and I'm happy to share the same. So yeah, being part of Acquaint has benefited me tremendously. I'm a natural introvert, and definitely, like you mentioned, sometimes also feel shy and connecting with new people. And I've observed that these conversations have made me a lot more confident and a lot less shy. And also, I've learned more about different people and cultures in the world just through doing Acquaint over the last few years than I would say the whole rest of my life combined. So it's also been very eye-opening from a learning perspective. Just tons and tons of personal growth. And also, I sense the impact there on my relationships with the people around me as well. So yeah, thank you so much. I will pass it back to Zainab.
Thank you, Catherine. It's always wonderful to hear it from you. And as I mentioned, that it also helped me with fluency in English. So many volunteers also join Acquaint to practice their English skills. Conversational English is required. That is, you must be able to carry on a conversation in English without using a translator. But your English does not have to be perfect. It just need to be conversational. The following are not benefits of volunteering. So, no monetary compensation. It's an unpaid opportunity, not a place to form long term or business relationships. And it's also not a place to promote political or religious ideology. We can share our beliefs, but we are not here to debate or try to change each other. Anyone anywhere commitment. So anyone anywhere is a commitment to treat all fellow Acquaint volunteers with equal level of respect, regardless of their location, dialect, personality, identity, beliefs, or perspectives. On Acquaint, you will usually talk to a different person for every conversation. You could be connected with someone in your neighborhood or on the other side of the world. And we believe that no matter who it is, there is always something we can learn from each other. An important note, if you were ever to encounter any abuse on the platform, any hate, harassment, or if anything ever makes you feel unsafe, please report it right away and end the session. In over 30,000 hours of conversations, we have not yet seen an instance of abuse on Acquaint. That said, we rely on volunteers to report it if it ever happens, so it is very important. On the right side of this table, it says have patience for challenges, such as difficulty understanding someone's accent, lack of chemistry in the conversation, miscommunication, or misunderstandings. So, miscommunications and misunderstandings can happen when a question, word, or symbol carries different meanings for different people. Our communication styles or tone of voice can be interpreted differently depending on who we are connecting with. And also some minor technical difficulties. I'm going to share a recent example of a miscommunication that happened between one of Acquaint's team members and a volunteer. The team member was sending the volunteer a thank you message via WhatsApp, and his goal was to express appreciation. But the volunteer responded to his message with a question. What's wrong? Are you angry with me? The team member was confused because he did not understand why his message had been interpreted negatively. So they were able to ask each other questions and discovered that the source of the confusion was a particular emoji. The slightly smiling face. I'm gonna put it in the chat, so maybe you can relate to it as well. This one. So the team member thought it was a friendly symbol, but the volunteer interpreted it as kind of rude and passive aggressive. We ended up doing a poll on LinkedIn where we discovered that half of respondents thought it was a positive emoji and the other half thought it was a negative. So this story demonstrates how a miscommunication can happen when even when both people mean well. It highlights how important it is not to make assumptions about each other and how being patient and understanding helps overcome these challenges. So, both the team member and the volunteer learned something new from this experience, and they both were able to laugh about it. So we are almost at the end of the presentation. The most important next step is to visit this link, which I will post in the chat later. So carefully follow the steps written there, read handbook, complete quiz, set your availability. Your first two sessions will likely be with experienced volunteers or mentors. So, final tips for being the best volunteer you can be. So, write appreciation notes. They greatly enhance your impact as a volunteer and can be so meaningful to your session partners. Read the scheduling procedure carefully in the handbook. Expect some technical difficulties, especially network trouble. Depending on our location, networks may be stronger or weaker, and occasionally sessions do fail if one person loses internet access. Do your best to reconnect when possible. Show up on time. Punctuality is very important. If you are more than 5 minutes late, you may not get paired. So, when you follow us on social media, it helps our mission to promote human connection. It also gives you the chance to see what other volunteers are saying about their experience. So, I'm going to put some links in the chat that you can follow. And we will also send a follow-up email with more links after this presentation. So if you have any questions, please put in the chat so we can answer.
And also, since this is being recorded, we will put links in the description for everyone who needs them. Thank you all so much. Zainab, anything else to say? I guess we can unshare our screen.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us and for volunteering. We look forward to seeing you on the Acquaint platform. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. All right.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.